Here's what I would do different about buying my first rental property. In my first rental property, which I talk about in a different video, it was a small 2-family house. I lived in the bottom floor and I rented out the top floor. My all-in expenses were $1,344 a month, and I rented the top floor out for $1,300. So essentially I was living for $44.50 a month. It was next to nothing. It was great. I saved my W-2 income and I don't regret anything, but knowing what I know now, here's what I would do differently. I would still use the same FHA loan that I bought the original property in, which again, you can check out in the other video. I would still put 3.5% down, but I would buy a 4-unit property instead. As many of you may know, and if you don't, it's okay, but you can get up to 4 units using an FHA loan. The requirements are 1 to 4 units, so why not capitalize and get all 4 doors under one roof? That is huge and so important. I wish I knew then what I know now. So what I want to do today is I want to take a look at a recent 4-unit that sold down the road from my recent property in New Britain, Connecticut. This sold about a month ago, and the address is 323 Maple Street in New Britain, Connecticut. It's a 4-unit building. It has 3 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and 1 5-bedroom, 1 bath. The current rents are $900, $900, $900, and then $1,000. And now you have to know this with your own market, but I know through market research and being an active real estate investor in the area that the average 2-bedroom in New Britain, Connecticut can rent for around $1,200 to $1,400 depending on the condition. And a 5-bedroom can actually rent up for as much as $2,000. So in this example, if I had known then what I know now, I would still put 3.5% down on this property, and it just closed for $345,000. So if I put 3.5% down on that, that's $12,075 as a down payment. That means my now loan balance is $332,925. Current rates, which are around 7% for an FHA loan. So your monthly principal and interest would be $2,215 a month. Again, assuming a 7% rate and amortizing your loan balance over 30 years. Now we can't forget about taxes and insurance and PMI insurance. Again, PMI insurance, the banks require PMI insurance if you're putting less than 20% down. So the taxes on this particular 4-unit are $7,755, and we have to assume the insurance on a 4-unit building will be about $2,500 a year, plus PMI insurance, which is probably going to be another $200 a month. So in this example, if you're buying this 4-unit building and you were going to live in 1 unit and put down 3.5%, your all-in principal, taxes, and insurance, including PMI insurance, is $3,269 a month. Now, the current rents, as we can see, are bringing in $3,700 a month. Well, because you used an FHA loan, you do have to live in one of the units by law. It'd be mortgage fraud if you didn't. So you have to now eliminate one of those rents coming in. And so I would probably suggest moving into one of the smaller 2-bedroom units, not the 5-bedroom, because you can get the most amount of rent for that. So let's assume you move into the 2-bedroom unit. So after moving in, you'll now have $2,800 of income if you keep the rest of the rents the same. But because we know our market research, we know that we can actually increase rent over time. But let's assume that we don't. That means you can live there for $469 a month before raising any rents. That is huge. I don't know where in the world you can rent for $469 and have a decent 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit. Oh, and the tenants are paying down your mortgage. Oh, and you can depreciate the property and all the other tax benefits you get from owning real estate. If I knew then what I know now, I would absolutely try to utilize an FHA loan and buy all 4 units under one roof. Now, I'm not saying buying a 2 to 3 family is bad, but if you can, I would definitely try to maximize your FHA loan requirements by buying that 4 family and living in 1 unit. And just remember, sky's the limit. If you liked what you heard today, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below about your first house hacking story.